first of all, it's a competition that me personally I've looked up to ever since I can remember watching football, and you can say that for everyone that plays football and plays in our team now. It's one of the biggest club competitions in the world, so it's something that I love to play in and I want to play in. And as the boss said, it is a massive thing that we need to try and accomplish.
What conclusions did you come to when you watched back the performance from Istanbul? Is there anything that needs to be improved upon?
I think it was one of our first games in the season, so I think the technical side of our game can definitely improve from that performance. It was a tough pitch to play on, but there was no excuse. We wanted to be able to pass the ball around a little bit better than we did, but I think it was a really tough game. The atmosphere there was tough. I think Besiktas were a good, solid side, and they have a lot of quality in their side too. So I think there is improvements that we would like to make to that performance, but at the same time, I think they made it tough for us, and at the end of the day, I think a draw was a good result for us.
Thank you.
Alex, you could have won it at the death. How much confidence, though, could you take from overall the performance that you can progress from the second leg?
I think an important thing for us is if we're not scoring at one end, that we don't concede at the same time, and that's really important in football. We know if we can keep clean sheets, we've got the quality at the other end to score goals. On that day, it didn't happen, but it left us in a great position to finish the job off tomorrow night. So I definitely think we can take confidence from that game. As I said, it wasn't the result we were going there for. We would have loved to have gone there and win. But 0-0 gives us a good opportunity to finish the job off tomorrow.
Where do you think you need to improve on, sort of as a team generally, to kind of reach your best form and carry on getting good results?
I think, especially from that performance, just the speed at which we moved the ball. I think the fluidity in that performance wasn't at the highest. It wasn't a terrible performance, but I think we were capable of more going forward. As I said, defending. That was important because we didn't concede any goals, and we need to make sure we do that tomorrow night. We need to defend well to start off with, and I think the main thing is to make sure that we match them physically and competitively, because they're going to come at us hard, because just like us, they're going to really want to qualify for this. So there are improvements, but we're discussing that as a team, and we know that within ourselves what we need to do. It's just more about how we approach the game tomorrow, and if we're in the right mindset to go and finish the job.
Alex, there's a couple of central midfielders out for tomorrow's game, obviously Mikel and Aaron being suspended. I mean, we've asked you about your position quite a lot, but how comfortable do you feel in the middle, and do you see yourself maturing into that position long term?
I think that's something you've got to ask the boss, really.
I'll ask him after you.
Okay, that's cool. No, I really do like playing there, but I like playing out wide. I just love playing anywhere, really. I'm happy to play anywhere that the boss wants me to play, and especially if he gives me the licence to do the things that I like to do and get on the ball and try and run forward, whether that's from midfield or out wide. I love to do that. I know there's areas of my game I need to improve on in both positions, and in midfield there's aspects that I need to work on and still develop to, if I'm going to end up there long term. But I'm not really focused on that at the moment. The thing that I'm focused on is always my next performance, and whether that's in midfield or out wide, it doesn't bother me too much. I think whoever's up front knows the role that they're set out to do, and I think the people around them know the role. I think we try and make sure we stick to our game no matter what, and I think whoever's playing up front, it really doesn't affect the rest of the team so much, because when we go onto the pitch we know our responsibilities. And you're talking to me earlier about playing in a different position. I know when Jack or Aaron's playing in midfield, I know what their responsibilities are if I'm not playing. So if I do get asked to go and fill that role, I know what they have to do. So if I have to play it, I know what to do to take over from that. And I think that goes for whoever's playing up front and whoever's playing off that person. There's not always going to be the same team put out throughout a season. So whoever it is playing, you've got to be able to adapt to your teammates. And I think everyone in the squad at the moment, bar maybe the new boys who are bedding in really well, everyone knows everyone else very well. So we can adapt to whoever's playing, I think.
Alex, can I just ask, if it is Yaya Sanogo starts up front tomorrow, could you just tell us a bit about him, what he's like in training, what potential you think he has?
I think Yaya's a very good player. He's a young lad like myself. and he's got progressing to do like I do. I think at the moment, you know, he's shown his raw ability. You know, in the Emirates Cup this year, he scored 4 great goals. And as a striker, you know, especially last season, I think he got into some really good positions, and it just didn't fall for him in terms of scoring goals. But you know, he showed that in the Emirates Cup that he is capable of scoring goals. He's a really good lad as well, and he works very hard on and off the pitch. And I don't think he'd be at a club like Arsenal if he wasn't a good talent. And I'm sure the boss would tell you the same thing.